Welcome to Puerto Rico English News, the only English-speaking broadcast of local Puerto Rican news and entertainment. Please subscribe. Keep us alive.
Thursday, February 3rd, Moca, Puerto Rico, the authorities confirmed the death of Miguel Rosario Coello, 35, after allegedly being run over by his wife in an alleged incident of domestic violence, reported last Sunday night, in Moca. The police have been accused of concealing the death of Miguel Rosario Coello, which occurred on Tuesday, February 1st, in the midst of an incident of domestic violence. The police reported that the woman had run over the man. The woman was detained then released and her name is being withheld. According to Captain Eduardo Rivera, director of the Criminal Investigation Corps, CIC, in Aguadilla, the agents are working with the prosecutor's office interviewing witnesses, the victim's children and examining security camera recordings.
Monday, February 7th, the Police Bureau is investigating two murders that occurred in separate events between Sunday night and early Monday, in Barceloneta and Rio Piedras, Puerto Rico. So far this year there have been 64 violent deaths, 14 less than the same period in 2021, according to the police. The murder of a merchant, identified as 43-year-old Elvin Rios Crespo in the two-story commercial building, where there is a gym and the Pasta Criolla Cafe Bar's business in the neighborhood Rincon town. According to preliminary information, the 43-year-old man and owner was in the area of a balcony making some repairs to the structure and someone from a compact vehicle fired several shots at him, hitting him in different parts of the body. Saturday, February 5th, the police also reported two murders in separate events in Vega Alta and Juncos, Puerto Rico.
Friday, February 4th, San Juan, Puerto Rico, a federal grand jury returned an indictment charging psychologist Samuel Perez Figueroa with attempted coercion and enticement of a minor and attempted receipt of child exploitation material, announced W. Stephen Muldrow, United States Attorney for the District of Puerto Rico. The FBI is in charge of the investigation. According to the information contained in the indictment, from October 15, 2021, until October 27, 2021, Perez Figueroa used a cellular phone, as well as internet instant messaging services, to knowingly attempt to persuade, induce, entice, and coerce a 15-year-old female minor to engage in sexual activity. Defendant Perez Figueroa, using his cellular phone which had internet capabilities, attempted to receive images depicting a female minor engaged in sexually explicit conduct for which any person may be charged with a criminal offense, including the production of child pornography. The U.S. Attorney's Office and the FBI encourage other potential victims to come forward if you have knowledge that this defendant or any other adult has engaged in this type of criminal behavior. If you or anyone you know has been the victim or a witness to this or any other federal crime, please call 787-987-6500 or visit tips.fbi.gov. Tipsters may remain anonymous. If convicted of all counts, Perez Figueroa faces a mandatory minimum sentence of 10 years of imprisonment to life, followed by a term of supervised release of 5 years to life. A federal district court judge will determine any sentence after considering the U.S. sentencing guidelines and other statutory factors.
Monday, February 7th, San Juan, Puerto Rico, a woman was murdered this Monday afternoon, on the PR 176 highway, in Cape Alto, San Juan, while traveling as a passenger in a vehicle, reported the press office of the General Headquarters of the Police Bureau. According to preliminary information, the victim died after receiving multiple shots at about 3 p.m. The events occurred at kilometer 7, before reaching the exit to Camino Luciano Vasquez. We have the body of a lady who is not identified. She is inside the vehicle. She has several bullet wounds, the Assistant Commissioner of Criminal Investigations of the police, Roberto Rivera Miranda, told the media. She was on the passenger side. The shots were directed only at her, not at the driver. The driver is uninjured.
Friday, February 4th, Carolina, Puerto Rico, $100,000 bail was set against suspect in multiple robberies in Carolina police area. This individual is also a suspect in several robberies in Trujillo Alto. The man was charged in absentia and is now wanted as a fugitive. Tuesday, February 8, police reported the theft of $45,000 in cash from a residence in Caguas, Puerto Rico. Meanwhile, a similar incident occurred in Bayamon, where someone stole thousands of dollars in cash from a vehicle.
Tuesday, February 8, Vega Baja, Puerto Rico. The mayor of Vega Baja, Marcos Cruz Molina, decreed, Tuesday, a state of emergency after the flood event last weekend that, according to the mayor, caused between $8 and $10 million in damage in his town. The Buchanan Traffic Division confirmed that the section of the Jose de Diego Expressway, PR-22, that had been closed due to flooding caused by the heavy rains, was reopened. Saturday, February 5, members of the Bayamon station of the Fire Department Bureau reported that a person was slightly injured after part of the roof of the Advance Auto Parts store located in the Canton Mall collapsed due to the accumulation of water caused by strong rains affecting Puerto Rico since last weekend.
Thursday, February 4, San Juan, Puerto Rico. The President of the Supreme Court, Maite Aranas Rodriguez, and his associates Judges Luis Estrella Martinez and Angel Colon Perez, decided Thursday to file a lawsuit against former Mayagüez Municipal Judge Luis Ovelas Velez, against whom 4 violations of the canons of judicial ethics initially weighed, but who, given his resignation from the judiciary in the midst of the disciplinary process, could face sanctions as a legal professional. The former judge has been accused of refusing to set bail on minor and mandated cases and keeping individuals imprisoned against ethical protocol. Puerto Rican Association of the Judiciary, the organizations that promotes access to information and freedom of the press, called for the publication of the complaints against judges. In a statement they said, the judicial branch cannot be exempt from oversight or accountability, but rather has the obligation to be more proactive in disseminating disciplinary complaints faced by its members, to ensure transparency and fairness and freedom of the press.
Tuesday, February 8, San Juan, Puerto Rico. The woman who died Monday after being injured in a shootout between vehicles on Highway 176 in Capay, was identified by the authorities as Elsie Matos Maldonado, 61 years old. At the moment, the motive for the events is unknown, nor if the female was an innocent victim or was involved in the exchange of fire. Citizens that have information are urged to call, and to help clarify cases, please call 787-343-2020.
Thursday, February 4, San Juan, Puerto Rico. Judge Aida Delgado Colon, of the Federal Court in Puerto Rico, ordered Thursday the arrest of Nina Alejandra Dros Franco for probation violations. The once convicted social influencer and activist, for having conspired to set fire to the Banco Popular building, on the Golden Mile, during the protests on May 1, 2017, is accused of assault and disorderly conduct. In June 2018, Nina Dros Franco was sentenced to 37 months in prison for attempting to set fire to the Popular Center of Auto Rey during the demonstrations on May 1, 2017. According to a motion by probation officer LCM Tiffany Montalvo, the woman has been admitted to the Bayamon Correctional Complex since last Sunday, when the police arrested her for an altercation at the Villicom Pastry premises, in Guaynabo, at the pub and bars. The motion adds that Dros Franco was jailed when she was unable to post the $50,000 bail. Municipal police intervened with her for disruptive conduct. The agents removed her from the pub for becoming aggressive, placed her in a patrol car. Dros Franco's behavior escalated and she began to kick different parts of the vehicle. She broke one of the rear side windows, and she kicked a municipal police officer in the vehicle with high heels, who required medical attention. The report stated.
Wednesday, February 6, San Juan, Puerto Rico. The Broad Front in Defense of Public Schools, FAID, presented Tuesday a request in the federal court to stop the governor's new debt adjustment plan. The teachers will argue before the appeals court that Judge Laura Taylor Swain erred in confirming the debt adjustment plan that, among other issues, imposes cuts on the pensions of educators in the public system. 2 days before a second teachers' protest demanding a salary increase and better retirement conditions, Governor Pedro Pierluisi announced yesterday a $1,000 monthly raise for teachers in the public school system, to be paid with federal funds. Thursday, February 3rd, Beijing, China. The Puerto Rican flag waved this day at the opening ceremony of the Winter Olympics, as one of the 91 delegations that paraded in the Beijing Olympic Stadium. The International Olympic Committee has deemed Puerto Rico's Olympic Committee as representing a country for the last 64 years. The Puerto Rican team consisted of 2 athletes, 1 male and 1 female, competing in 2 sports. Skeleton racer Kelly Delca and alpine skier William Flaherty were named as the Puerto Rican flag bearers during the opening ceremony. William Flaherty, who will compete for Puerto Rico in the Winter Olympics, is a warrior who has beaten cancer several times since he was 3 years of age. William Flaherty couldn't help but smile at the double takes when he told friends in Puerto Rico that he would be representing the island as an alpine skier at the Winter Olympics. Some of them ask what skiing even is, Flaherty said. They've never seen snow. Some of them said, "You mean water skiing?" A lot of people just laugh, and they ask me if it's like the Jamaican bobsled team. He began skiing when he was 8 years old and his family took a trip to Beaver Creek, Colorado. Flaherty took to the snow immediately, an interest that only heightened when he watched the 2014 Olympics in Sochi. Flaherty has only been a competitive skier for 3.5 years, working with Ski Club Vail, also in Colorado. North Texas skeleton athlete Kelly Delca started chasing her Olympic dream more than a decade ago. With the Beijing Winter Olympics, she is on the cusp of achieving it. "I always tell myself when I go, not if I go, because I need to manifest it happening," Delca was quoted as saying. "I got an amazing opportunity to move to Puerto Rico and represent them. They're trying to build up a winter federation of their own," Delca explained. She has lived full-time in Puerto Rico for several years. "Competing for a small nation has been challenging. I'm driving across Europe by myself. I'm booking my flights, my hotels, my cars. I'm driving to races alone. It's a different experience. I don't really have a team camaraderie," Delca said. "But training for a winter sport in tropical paradise does have its perks. Luckily, I have a beautiful beach to run on, so I can't complain too much," she joked. Delca has also trained on the mainland.
Friday, January 21, 2022, Old San Juan joins the NFT gallery fever. Resident investor Crystal Rose Pierce celebrated the launch of the Lighthouse NFT Smart Gallery in December in a historic building on Calle San Justo, but it has yet to open to the public. The concepts of gallery, pieces and art collections are in full evolution with the opening of physical places that, instead of paintings, sculptures or installations, exhibit digital works on screens and other devices. What is an NFT? What does NFT stand for? Non-fungible token. That doesn't make it any clearer, right? Non-fungible more or less means that it's unique and can't be replaced with something else. For example, a Bitcoin is fungible. Trade one for another Bitcoin, and you'll have exactly the same thing. A one-of-a-kind digital artistic production, however, is non-fungible. If you traded it for a different production, you'd have something completely different. NFTs can really be anything digital, such as drawings, music, your brain downloaded and turned into an AI, but a lot of the current excitement is around using the tech to sell digital art. But NFTs are designed to give you something that can't be copied, ownership of the work, though the artist can still retain the copyright and reproduction rights, just like with physical artwork. To put it in terms of physical art collecting, anyone can buy a Monet print. But only one person can own the original.
Lin-Manuel Miranda is an American Puerto Rican actor, singer-songwriter, playwright, and film director. He is known for creating the Broadway musicals In the Heights and Hamilton, and has now received an Oscar nomination for the soundtrack of Disney's Encanto. The nominees were announced Tuesday, February 8.
Here's your weather chart for the week. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.